Howdy folks, welcome to the Nature Photography Show. In this video, we're going to talk about what's in my bag for a trip I've got coming up to the Grand Teton National Park. It's in less than a week. All right, let's jump right in and find out what it is I'm taking with me to the Grand Teton National Park. First up, what I'm using to record this video right now, the Nikon Z6 II and the Nikkor 24-70 f4. They can't be in the video because I'm using them to record the video. I have to abide by the laws of physics and space-time. If you don't, please leave a comment below. Next, Nikon Z9. Amazing all-around landscape wildlife camera, incredible frame rate, unbelievable quality of the sensor. And you've got all kinds of customizable features. One I want to bring up now is I have this button right here, the third one. I have it set up so that if I'm in my landscape configuration, I can hit that button and it will turn it to manual mode, 1/1000th of a second, the lowest aperture that I can get, and auto ISO. That means if I'm taking a picture of the grand landscape and a moose walks out across the water right in front of me, I can hit that button, I can get a shot of the moose, and then it continues on, and I hit the button again and I go back to shooting the landscapes, because we all know that's going to happen. Nikon Z9, amazing. The f4, the 24-70 f4 that's recording this video, I want to talk a little bit about that one before I get into these others. It will be used quite a bit out west, and what's cool about the f4 version is it's light. And because I'll be mostly shooting landscapes, there will not be any image degradation or softness or anything that I have to worry about, because I'll be at apertures f8, f11, f16. And if you're a landscape photographer and that's all you shoot, f4 lenses are amazing. You don't need the super fast 2.8 glass to shoot landscapes. I like to have them because I'm a bit of a pixel peeper. Actually, I'm not a bit. I am a pixel peeper for my own work. I realize that not everybody looks that close at images, and I know people don't know about sharpness, but I do, and it's just something I do for my photography. I like to zoom in to make sure that my technique is right. And those lenses help me do that because it lets me know that they're tack sharp. But 2.8 lenses, absolutely not necessary for any landscape photography ever. So if you're just getting into nature photography, f4 lenses are great. I don't know if that's applicable to what I'm taking with me to the Grand Tetons, but maybe you can use that nugget. Next up, Nikon's 14-24 f2.8. This is one of my most used lenses here in Florida because of the nature of the landscapes. You get close, you open wide, you put something nice in the foreground. What my concern is out west is that those big grand landscapes, those big mountains that you see, if you open up at 14, those big mountains are going to be itty bitty. So it will have a use case, I have no doubt, but it won't be to take in the big landscape. If I can get closer to the mountains and I can put something in the foreground and I can make something interesting, this will be the way to go. Maybe some focal length blending, but that's not something that I really get into. I don't usually do that kind of heavy lifting in Photoshop, but it's an option. This is the Nikon 7200 2.8. This is incredible lens. It is tack sharp, it is fast focus, it is beautiful and heavy. I will use this a lot out west, not just for the occasional big wildlife that happens to be close, but I'll use this a lot for the landscapes themselves, because I prefer what we call intimate landscapes, where you take something like this, you zoom all the way in to 200 and you pick out details. And we're going to talk about that as well with this lens coming up. But the Nikon 7200 2.8 is a staple in my bag, even though it's heavy as it can be. Plus, they don't have an f4 version of it yet. When they do, I'll consider it if I want to try to lighten my load a little bit. This is my newest lens. It is the Nikon 100-400 4.5-5.6. It is not overly fast. It's also not $14,000 like the 400-8. So this will get me by with whatever I happen to find out there, whether it's landscapes or I'm hoping for some wildlife. some grizzly, moose, elk, pronghorn. You can find all kinds of stuff out there to shoot. And that's why I'm glad I have this lens. But I will use this lens more for landscapes than I do for anything else while I'm out there. It's the same thing I was talking about with the 7200. I'll use this lens to zoom in, to pull out details, intimate details of the landscapes. And because it's a 4.5 to 5.6, I'll be shooting at f8, f11, and I'll be focus stacking with it most likely. So this is going to be incredible. If you had the old version, the f-mount 80 to 400, this is not that lens. I had that lens and I hated it. It was awful. It wouldn't grab focus. If it did, it wouldn't keep focus. And even if you did get it focused, it was not tack sharp. It was kind of, yeah, it's the best way I can explain it. This is not that lens. This 100 to 400 is razor sharp and it grabs focus. It doesn't grab it as fast as the 7200 2.8, but it grabs it fast, it holds it, and it is razor sharp. So absolutely awesome. Stability. It's my Really Right Stuff 34L, TVC 34L. They make it really easy to remember. I've had it for a long time. It's a 3-section tripod here that you can see. It's really, really tall. And I have the extra length in case I have to put a leg down in the water or I'm on a hill. It just gives me the ability to set it up the way that I want it. Makes it a little bit heavier, but that's okay. On top, I have the Really Right Stuff BH55 ball head. I've dropped it down mountains. I've dropped it in salt water. I've had it in all kinds of places, muddy. It's been awful. And it still keeps on ticking. So absolutely good, solid stability. I'll have my camera and everything on it most of the time. Simple, remote release, little clicker. Extremely useful always for landscape photography. You can set up on your camera to use the delayed shutter, but I prefer just to have this. It makes it easier all around. This is just a bag of random stuff. It is my cables, my chargers, all that kind of stuff. Oh, that reminds me of this. This is also recording this video right now. This will be the DJI mic, the wireless mic that I have on right now. That's hopefully I can do some infill videos while I'm out there, depending on how many people are around. I am not sure I'm going to use this, but I thought it would be great to take. It is the Platypod Extreme. It allows me to set it on the ground. I can put that on top of it. And if you're doing B-roll for those videos I was talking about, see the way it really works. You got to run all the way up, set your camera there, run all the way back, walk through like there's no camera there, run back, get the camera, run to the next location, set it up on the ground or wherever you're going to put it, platypod on the ground, and you walk past it again as if it's not there. And then you pick it up and then you run. Yeah, that's how that works. Platypod, I think it's really cool. I really like the newer versions where the legs you can just turn and twist to get them out of the way. Beats the old version where you had to screw them out. So that's I love this. This is the pouch for it. Next up, Maven filters. I'm going to be taking these in hopes of having dramatic clouds that are fast moving, and I can do longer exposures and get dramatic clouds moving in the scene. It's also got circular polarizer. These are magnetic filters. You just slap them on the end of the lens. They're fantastic. Somewhere up here, I'm going to have a little card that you can click to see a review that I did of them. So Maven filters going with me. They're light, convenient, easy to store. This is not in my camera bag. This will be in my check luggage. It's got sensor cleaners, rocket blower, lens wipes, tools, knives, all kinds of extra little stuff that I think I might need. And so, yeah, check luggage, not regular camera stuff. And lights. I always have a primary light and a backup. I've got a headlamp, and this here is a, you can even plug your cell phone in it and recharge your cell phone with it. But always have a really good flashlight that is weather resistant, if not waterproof, because you're always going to be in the dark if you're a landscape photographer, whether it's before the sun comes up or after the sun goes down. always have a primary and a backup. It's just a little safety. Now, all of this, with a few exceptions, are going to be carried in my Shimoda Action X50, which I've done a review card again. I don't remember which side it pops up. Anyway, Action X50, amazing camera bag. All of this, most of this will fit in here. That makes it really, really, really heavy. So for the travel day, I won't be putting it all in here. This will actually be packed in my checked luggage because I will have the Shimoda Roller version 2, and this will have all of the camera gear in it so that I can roll it and save my back for later. I'm gonna need it. So there is another review somewhere, card up here, and you can take a look at my thoughts on the Shimoda Roller version 2. All right, that is everything that I am taking with me to the Grand Teton National Park. What am I missing? Is there something that I should take that I'm not? Am I taking too much stuff? Am I gonna be in the hospital with back trouble? I don't know, we'll find out. Let me know in the comments below, and like and subscribe to the channel. As always, grab your camera, get off the couch, escape, explore, and create.